Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe. Also hit the like button. That way we're encouraged to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. And YouTube will be able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. The recent reported crisis between the Deputy Governor of Niger State, Comrade Yakubu Garba, and his boss, Mohammed Umaru Bogo, has again brought to the fore the skirmishes that happen between sitting governors and their deputies. The friction are usually caused by suspicions of disloyalty, schemes by other stakeholders to replace the incumbents, perceived lack of political clout on the part of the deputies, personal difference, and the need to position certain persons to succeed the governors. In the current dispensation, 16 governors would be seeking re-election to serve second term in the 2027 elections, but there are signs strong enough to suggest some of the governors may not run with the current deputies. Apart from Niger, where the governor and his deputy have started showing signs of disaffection, there are other states where the rifts are not so glaring but exist. The early signs in power states. In Niger State, the frosty relationship between Governor Bago and his deputy, Comrade Garba, may signal that Garba's chances of returning as deputy in 2027 are slim. Garba's relocation from his official residence opposite the Justice Legbo Kotigi International Conference Center has fueled speculation of a rift between the two. Sources allege that power brokers from the Niger East Senatorial District, where the deputy governor hails from, have aligned with the governor to weaken Garba's political standing ahead of 2031, when the governorship is expected to shift to the zone. Newsroom Nigeria gathered that plans are already in motion to replace Garba as deputy governor in 2027. The release of a controversial APC consensus list for the November 2025 local government elections further worsened the rift. The deputy governor's preferred candidate, Babangida Kudo, was dropped from the list. In March, Bago announced that the APC would adopt consensus primaries for the council elections, directing stakeholders to nominate 3 chairmanship candidates per local government area, from which he would make the final selection. However, party officials later clarified that the governor reserved the right to choose candidates outside the submitted list. In the final consensus list, signed by the state chairman, Aminu Musa Bobi, and secretary, Adamu Gani, Isiaku Bawa was selected for Shiroro local government area instead of Babangida Kudo, the deputy governor's preferred candidate. Observers note that Garba's recent alleged attempts to resign over alleged ill treatment by the governor may have deepened the rift. Although the governor insisted that his relationship with the deputy is perfect and harmonious, Garba made his first official public appearance along his principle only last Wednesday at the commissioning of the office of the National Center for Control of Small Arms and Lightweight Weapons in Minna. Since news of his intended resignation surfaced, many political watchers believe underground efforts are still ongoing to find a suitable replacement for Yakubu Garba in 2027. There are speculations that Bello Bawa Wari from the Suleja Emirates and the 2019 governorship candidate under the Advanced Congress of Democrats, ADC, may be picked to replace Garba. This move is seen as a strategy to suppress Wari's rumored ambition to contest for the Niger East Senate seat. Wari's own senatorial ambition is expected to present stiff competition for the incumbent. Senator Mohammed Sani Musa, who is reportedly keen on retaining the seat until 2031, when he may be seeking the governorship. With over 40 years of friendship with Governor Bago and coming from the allegedly marginalized Suleja Emirates, Wari recently defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. When asked about rumors that he may become deputy governor in 2027, Wari said he would be happy if it happened. He added that his defection was to support his friend, Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago, in delivering good governance. Speculations are normal in any society. Rumors are normal, especially from the kind of society we come from. I have also heard these rumors, but I embrace them in good faith. If it happens, I am grateful to God, but that is not my priority. My priority is to support my friend, the governor of Niger State, to succeed in becoming the best governor in Nigeria, and for me to be proud of my state, to tell my children and my grandchildren that we did it for them, he said. Fubara Wike feud may affect Deputy. The lingering feud and moves by some political stakeholders to reconcile the suspended governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, and his estranged godfather, former Governor Nyesom Wike, may stand as a stumbling block for the Deputy Governor of the state, Professor Ngozi Odu, from being nominated as running mate to Fubara in 2027. Professor Odu from Ogba, Egbema, Ondoni local government area of the state was said to have been recommended for nomination as the running mate to Fubara by the former governor of the state, Chief Peter Odili, when Odili's relationship with Wike was still in good shape. Professor Odu, since her swearing in 2023, has remained loyal to her principle despite the lingering political crisis in the state between the Minister of Federal Capital Territory FCT Nyesom Wike, which supporters of both leaders have all taken their stance. Before the enforcement of a state of emergency in the state on March 18, 2025 by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and subsequent suspension of Fubara, Odu and the House of Assembly, she was rumored to have resigned from the office, but she swiftly dispelled the rumor and declared her loyalty to the governor. Throughout the period, she abstained from abusive outbursts against Wike while reinstating her loyalty to Governor Fubara. A political stakeholder in the state told Weekend Trust on condition of anonymity that though the working relationship between Fubara and Odu has been cordial and trustworthy, one of the terms of reconciliation between Wike and Fubara may be to drop Odu for one of the Wike supporters to be nominated in 2027. Wike brought Fubara in 2023 while the slot of the deputy governor was given to another political leader in the state. But now that Fubara is no longer seen as Wike's loyalist, the term for the reconciliation may include a nominate Fubara's running mate in 2027, the source said. Our correspondents observed that some political leaders in the country are working to mediate between Governor Fubara and Wike for the democratic structures in the states to be restored and peace restored in the states. The age factor in Plateau State. In Plateau State, the relationship between Governor Caleb Mutswang and his deputy, Mrs. Josephine Pio, has been very cordial and smooth. There have not been reports of friction or any misgiving between the two, and she has been representing him at functions whenever he's not around. One political pundit puts it, and I quote, "The cordial working relationship between Governor Caleb Mutswang and his deputy, Mrs. Josephine Pio, since this 2-year period of the administration is about the best we've seen since the return of this democratic dispensation in 1999. Plateau has witnessed some level of crisis between the governor and his deputy, and even where there was none, there has hardly been any situation where the governor willingly handed over his duty to his deputy," he said. Regardless of this robust relationship between Governor Mutswang and his deputy, however, there are doubts in several quarters that the governor would run with her in 2027. This is not as a result of her incapability, loyalty, or any fault of hers, and her gender has never been put in question either. However, due to her age, 68 years, some say she may not be selected again as the society is looking for young people to run and occupy office. Even the governor himself is 60 years old. Recently, some persons called for her resignation and that she should be replaced by someone from her zone in the state, even her tribe, so that the replacement will be seamless. Though this call was not given serious thought, our correspondents got the hint that names like Dachang, Musa Bagos, and Simon Onwadwong were mentioned as possible replacements. Bagos is immediate past and a 2-term member of the House of Representatives representing Jos South, just its federal constituency, while Wand Kyung is the senator representing Plateau North Senatorial District in the National Assembly. Meanwhile, another political analyst said the deputy governor may even decide not to run due to the aforementioned reason, and that would give room for the governor to pick someone he would groom and willingly hand over to after his second tenure. Taraba. In Taraba State, the health challenge of the deputy governor, Alhaji Aminu Alkali, has made it difficult for the type of collaboration expected between him and the governor, Agbu Kefas. Alkali has been battling health issues and was away from the state for about 4 months before he returned recently. The deputy governor, it was gathered, was initially flown to Abuja for treatment for an undisclosed illness and later flown to Egypt for intensive medical treatment. But as 2027 is still away, there are expectations things may improve. Previous clashes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, during his tenure as governor of Lagos State 1999 to 2007, had 3 deputy governors, 2 of whom left office before completing their terms due to political disagreements. The first was Kofoworola Buckner Akerele, who resigned in 2002, citing irreconcilable differences with Tinubu. Femi Pedro served as deputy governor between 2003. He allegedly fell out with Tinubu after declaring interest in succeeding him as governor. He was later impeached in 2007 by the State House of Assembly, though he had already resigned shortly before the impeachment. Adeleke Mamora, who was the third deputy governor, acted briefly after Pedro's resignation. Also in Lagos, Babatunde Fashola, while serving as governor, dropped Sarah DBC Suswan for Victoria Adejoke Orelope Adefulire. It was seen as a strategic move. In Plateau State, in 2007, then governor of Plateau State, Jonah Jang, also fell out with his deputy, Mrs. Pauline Tallinn, and seeing the signs that she may not be accommodated, she also defected and ran against the governor on the platform of a Labour Party, but did not succeed in upstaging her former boss in 2011. Akwa Ibom State, the current Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, had, while serving as governor of Akwa Ibom State, replaced Patrick Apan Eputo due to succession disagreements. Nsema Ekere, his new deputy, also later resigned amid similar alleged tensions. Imo State, Richard Okorocha, as governor of Imo State, did not run with his first-term deputy, Jude Ogbaso, but replaced him with Prince Madomere Ogun. Then Governor Ibikunle Amosun dropped Segun Adesegun for Yeyetunde Ononoga, citing the need for broader state representation. Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, as governor of Kaduna, did not run with his first-term deputy, Barnabas Bala Bantex. He replaced him with the current deputy governor, Adiza Balarabe, who has been retained by the current governor, Obasani. Zamfara, the current Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, while serving as governor of Zamfara State, parted ways with his deputy, Mai Aliu Gusau, who was impeached by the State House of Assembly. Kogi State, similarly, then Governor Yaya Bello of Kogi State fell out with Simon Achuba, who was impeached. Edward Onoja became the new deputy. Ondo State, equally, Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo clashed with Alfred Agboola Ajayi, who defected and was replaced by Lucky Ayedatiwa. Oyo State, elsewhere in Oyo, under Governor Seyi Makinde, Rauf Olaniyan was impeached and replaced by Adebayo Adeleke Lawal. Adamawa State, in Adamawa, Amadu Fitiri in 2023 replaced Krawa Sant with Professor Kaletapwa Farauta to strengthen electoral chances. Imperative of constitutional term limits in Kaduna State. In Kaduna State, even though there is no glaring feud, despite Governor Adiza Sabowa Balarabe from Sanga local government area of southern Kaduna is serving a second term in office. She was appointed deputy governor by former governor Nasir El-Rufai after the then deputy governor, the late Bala Bantes, stepped aside on health grounds. After her Rufai tenure ended in May 2023, he nominated her to serve as deputy governor under Senator Obasani, making it her second term, while the current governor is serving his first term as an elected governor of the state. Based on this, it is believed that Governor Obasani may have to drop her, as the constitution permits only 2 terms in office for elected officials. Most insiders interviewed said the deputy governor has a cordial relationship with the current governor, Obasani, and that the only factor working against her is the constitutional limitation of 2 terms in office. She has a cordial relationship with the current governor, Obasani, and she is hardworking and committed to her work. I also think she is loyal. So the only factor against her is the constitution that allows political office holder to serve only 2 terms. A member of a ruling All Progressive Congress APC told Weekend Trust. Another political analyst, Aruna Nasarawa, said although her tenure will end before the next election, she can contest again if her people want her to represent them or even run for the governorship. According to him, the current governor must begin the search for a new deputy, someone with political value from the region before the next election. He also noted that certain factors worked in favor of Hadiza Sabuwa Balarabe while she was first picked as deputy governor, including religious and ethnicity, during El Rufai's administration. He said the current governor must also consider those factors when selecting the next deputy governor, even though his leadership style is all-inclusive. But there are others who think that even if the constitution allows her to serve another term after 2027, the current governor must still drop her in favor of a political ally who will be 100% loyal to him. This is because she was nominated to the current governor by his former boss, Nasir El-Rufai, and with a strained relationship between Obasani and El-Rufai, she may not be allowed to remain in the government. Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to this audio. Thank you very much for your support. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.